I mean, we saw that one thing that fake Koch call to Governor Walker proved more than anything else. Governor Walker didn't talk about reducing the deficit. He didn't say, we'll get this deficit reduced. Don't you worry, Taskmaster. Don't you worry, sir. We're going to get this deficit reduced. No, we're doing this for freedom. We're getting rid of the reunions for freedom. That's the takeaway from that call. And, like one of the things that really, and I understand there's certain game playing here, but so many commentators made an issue of when Scott Walker said, we thought about that, putting troublemakers into the crowd. We thought about that, but we didn't think it would work in our favor, so we didn't do it. I don't believe Scott Walker thought about that. I believe he is so in the pocket of David Koch that David Koch could have said, hey, don't you think that maybe what you should do is take huge dildos and put them on sticks and march around the Capitol and rub them with garlic, and if you shake them in front of the union people, they'll melt. Scott Walker would have gone, yeah, actually, we thought about that. We just couldn't find a supplier who wasn't union-based to buy all those sex toys. This guy is so subservient to the Koch brothers that he would agree with anything the Koch brothers said. Freedom, we're doing it for freedom. We've got freedom dildos, and we've dipped them in garlic, just as you have asked, Herr Koch. I've got one right now. I've strapped it onto my back. I mean, that's the real story. That's the real takeaway from that. Poll found an overwhelming, this is coming from that New York Times poll again, 71% of Democrats opposed weakening collective bargaining rights, but there was also strong opposition from independents. 62% of them said they opposed taking bargaining rights away from public employee unions. Phil Merritt, a retired property manager from Crossville, Tennessee, who identifies himself as an independent, explained in a follow-up interview why he opposed weakening bargaining rights for public workers. I just feel they do a job that needs to be done, and in our country today, if you work hard, then you should be able to have a home, be able to save for retirement, and you should be able to send your kids to college. Most public employees have to struggle to do those things, and generally both spouses must work. These public employees, they're evil. They want to take their $50,000 a year, and they want to spend it lobbying Congress, or they want to buy a congressman, or they want to just give it all away to Libya, or support a caliphate by maintaining Social Security. Of course, that's why people get public sector jobs. Even though study after study after study shows control for education, they get paid less. It's possible some blue-collar workers get paid slightly more than they would in the private sector. That's horrible, isn't it? How can we compete with Saipan? How can we compete with those sweatshops in China if our blue-collar workers, if there's any type of upward pressure on their wages? Look, I still contend. I think what Wisconsin should do, and Scott, well, I don't know why he hasn't presented this, and maybe it's simply because David Koch hasn't suggested to him, but there is no reason why they don't enforce a mandatory maximum pay on workers there. Maximum ceiling, $7 an hour. You cannot be paid as a blue-collar worker, as a service industry employee, In fact, anybody who does not already make, let's just say, $75,000, $80,000 a year in capital gains, anybody who doesn't meet that threshold, you have a maximum hourly wage of, let's just call it $6. Can you imagine how competitive Wisconsin would be? I mean, 2/3 of their corporations already don't pay taxes in Wisconsin. 2/3 of their corporations pay no taxes. So obviously what you need to do is you should outlaw pensions. You should outlaw pensions and any pay above $6 an hour. Now, people should have the right to pay somewhere between $2 an hour and $6 an hour, or let's call it 50 cents. And you will see Wisconsin, the economy, just explode. Businesses will move they'll probably move from those sweatshops in China. Get rid of the child labor laws. Folks, we really need some shared sacrifice. And so for all you people making over $5 an hour, it's time for you to sacrifice.